Right, if you're joining us now, you're still watching Daybreak on Citizen TV, and right now we have the pictures live from Milimani Law Courts where the suspects in the murder case of Monica Nyawira Kimani are expected back in court. Of course, you can see there Citizen TV's Jackie Maribe before court, and thereafter will be joined by the other co-accused. And today the agenda is that they will be going through a report of a mental assessment that was ordered by the court last week, indicating that there needed to be mental assessment of one maribe, and that has been done. And of course, it has been found that she is fit to stand trial, and that is the report that will be tabled before court. And then after that, the prosecution is expected to read out the charges, or rather to go through the charges, and then the two will be required or may be required to take plea on whether they are innocent or guilty. And once that has happened, should they state that they are not innocent, or rather they are not guilty, then what should proceed on is that the defense counsel will try to move or make an application that they be released on bail. That is one of the things that we expect that to be happening in court. And then after that, they will argue their case, but the prosecution side will have their day or their moment to really give their response on whether they are opposed to the bail application, or they will be agreeing to the bail application that essentially should give the two suspects an opportunity to be released should they meet the bail terms that will be set. But that obviously will be subject to what Justice Jesse Lesit, who is hearing this particular matter, will have to say in as far as listening to the submissions from the two sides. But as I indicated earlier on, that is the live pictures from Milimani Law Courts, where one Jacqueline Maribe and Joseph Irungu are expected to be processed in court, specifically to have a report of mental assessment on Maribe tabled before court, and indicating that she is fit to stand trial. And then after that, there will be an application by the defense counsel that she be released on bail, as well as Joseph Irungu, they be released on bail, and that is an application that will have to be heard by the court. Submissions from both sides of the defense as well as by the prosecution when they will be indicating their position. Of course, earlier on last week, when the two were arraigned, there were indications from the prosecution side that they would be opposing the release of the two on bail, indicating that they want that process to continue while they are behind bars, so that the case can be processed as they wait from inside. Of course, it's one of the situations that has been affecting the courts, different cases that suspects have been presented before court, and obviously the defense counsel having to make an application that their clients be released on bail. But there has been situations where they are not granted, or the ruling, the hearings have taken time. The ruling has also taken time for the judge to make a position on what should transpire. Of course, the two have been in custody since that finding by the court last week, and this is the first time that they are seen before court since that time, specifically to handle that particular matter that I just referred to. Maybe you can listen into the proceedings in court.
She said by Monday, she indicated by Monday
Right, the pictures live on your screen coming from the Milimani Law Courts, where Jacqueline Maribe, Citizen TV's Jacqueline Maribe, as well as Joseph Irungu are before court in regards to that case of the murder of Monica Nyawira Kimani back in September. That is expected to be mentioned this morning after the finding by the court last week. I believe that was on Tuesday, that indicated that the two be taken before, or rather, Maribe be taken for mental assessment. And so now they are back in court, and just to recap some of their submissions before court that time is that one Kato Kigen, who is representing Jacqueline Maribe, was indicating to the court that he preferred that plea be taken, that is a statement of whether the suspects are guilty or innocent, but the prosecution side to inform the court that a mental assessment had not been done on Maribe. It had only been done on Joseph Irungu, and so the prosecution side was asking for time to carry out that mental assessment, which is a precondition before any suspect can stand trial in a case regarding murder. And so that has already happened, and the information we have is that both are fit to stand trial, and that is what will be what is likely to happen this morning as the prosecution side comes with a report and tables it officially before the court, before Justice Jesse Lesit. And of course, that time, as I said, Kato Kigen preferred that plea be taken, indicating that the prosecution side had had enough time to process one Maribe while she was in custody. And so actually more than a week, but of course the judge stood her ground that it is a precondition before standing trial, and that is why it has taken that time.